Happy Friday evening. Hope you had a wonderful day.
Wonderful.
Yes. How was yours, son?
It was great, and I'm glad that I was able to see another day.
You're able to see another day?
Yep. And see all the other beautiful faces that were in this day. Yeah.
That's a beautiful perspective to have a spirit of just thanksgiving and everything. Be grateful, for this is the will of God. Yeah. You know, something that was on my heart, and every time I open a word, God speaks to me regarding that situation. So I can remember when you were a baby and I would be in school. He's showing off. Okay.
You'd be in school and what?
I can remember being in grad school for the fourth time or so, and you would be a toddler, or you were even a baby, or in elementary school, and every Mother's Day, as a tradition, we would go to my sister's house in Indiana, and we would have dinner with her. So my mom, my sister, you as a baby, and our children would travel. Well, anyway, every time that would happen, and we would stay perhaps at a hotel, I can remember that I would always be under a load because it will always be finals week. The second week of May, always. So I could never really exhale. And I can remember being on vacation or on the road, and I had a saxophone in the rent-a truck, and I had to practice because I had a plane exam, I guess that following Monday. Well, anyway, I feel the same way now because I'm in class and I'm in the process of doing a final exam and a project paper, all this stuff. And I feel that same feeling. And I was like, Lord, how am I going to get all this done? And I just want to eat cookies. I just want to, escape. Well, in 1King6, it talks about how Solomon had a task, a project. And we know about it from this morning in 1Kings 5:5, when he talked about his purpose. Like all of us have a purpose. Well, it says, and behold, I purpose to build an house unto the name of the Lord, my God. That was Solomon's purpose. Okay? And guess what? That purpose that he said, he fulfilled it. And it says in 1 Kings 6, in verse 9, it says, So he built the house and finished. I'm a professional starter. Are you like that? You start things, but then in the midst of it, when it gets hard and you really need to persevere and focus and finish, woo! Well, this was inspiration. It said that Solomon put in the work, the effort, and again in verse 14 is reiterated. So Solomon built the house and finished it. What do you think about that, Timotheus?
Did it mention that he did it with his own hands, or did he have other people build it?
Of course he had a lot of people, a lot of priests, princes, managers, but saying, go ahead.
Did he have builders or slaves?
Yeah, of course. It says, so
did
Solomon
mention that he, did some of the work?
Well, it says in verse 21, for example, so Solomon overlaid the house within with pure gold, and he made a partition. So he did some of the work. He, of course, supervised. But the point is, even though it took some time, he finished. And it says he finished the walls. He finished the doors. He overlaid, every element. So what I'm saying is that was a big project. And you got a project plan, and you have to break down the big project into manageable steps.
Sometimes you need help.
Yeah.
All the time.
Right. And that's where we talk about the executive functioning, the activity in the frontal lobe of the brain. And a lot of students, a lot of young people get overwhelmed and they don't know how to start. And what I have to say is, first of all, pray. Say, Lord, I can't do this on my own. And that's why I had to read, because I'm in the midst of doing all this stuff. I need a word from you. And that's when he said, Michelle, as I directed Solomon, I'll direct you. Acknowledge me in all that you do, and I will direct the moves. I will show you how to break down into small molecules or small sections. I will show you how to make it manageable. And he had me cut these tabs so then I could, index it. He shows the strategy, but we have to go to our Father. And then he'll show people how to help us. He'll put people in our path. There are so many resources. So don't get overwhelmed, you being a college student and taking classes, and listen, the Lord will show you in all thy ways. Trust in him, and he'll direct your path. What do you have to say about that? What do you usually do when you have these big projects? A lot of times we just wait and procrastinate. And then we panic at the end and then feel in the stress.
No more.
Not anymore. Well, let me tell you, in Proverbs 7, we know about the strange woman and the harlot. And it talks about how she steals time, she steals strength, she steals money. Anything can be personified as a harlot. It could be any type of distraction. And it says that someone was beholding a youth who was wasting time. And they were just looking at it. It says in verse 7, I discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding, right? Because he didn't understand. Well, listen, the remedy is hearken, verse 24, unto me now therefore, O ye children, and attend to my words. Let not thy heart decline to her ways. Do not go in that path that's going to take you away. For what happens? Her house, any foolishness, is going to take you to hell or the place that you don't want to go. Many strong men have been slain by her. So let's listen. Let's ask the Lord which way to go. He will show us, and we don't have to wind up in the pit. But the Lord wants to take us to higher heights and new places as we acknowledge him. All right. I feel encouraged. I hope you have a wonderful evening doing the works of the Lord.